Madrid remaining leaders over in España. That's right, they're 3-point clearance over the nearest and dearest Barcelona. That's right. We're also going to go on. This could be match day. We're going to get into it, all of it, next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we take a look at match number 13, that's right, over in Spain. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe. You want some short for Blackburn Rovers, La Liga football, whoa, football. We're going to all hear under one Ruski, that's right. It's a bit of an unfamiliar look to those top 4 spots over in Spain. And we'll showcase you the table and much more in a second. Big shout out to members, big shout out to the patrons, big shout out to you guys, of course. If you're new, smash your subscribe. If you want to help out the channel as well, do that and help us get us moving in the right direction. We're going to do this a little bit differently today, just mixing up a few flavors, of course, for the prediction videos to see what sticks and what doesn't. But anyway, let's get into it and, of course, showcase you where we all are in the league then, shall we? This is the results from last time around, of course, pre-international break. And, of course, as you see it, some shocking results. My prediction's not on the screen today. They should be back for the next time we revisit this. Of course, coming at you, Elche with a cheeky draw against Sociedad. Girona with an important win for them against Alavés. Sevilla also picking up a 1-0 win, as did Atlético Madrid, 3-1 winners over Levante. Villarreal beating Espanyol at the top of the table. Crunch clash there. Bilbao with a 1-0 win over Oviedo. It was only a draw, though, between Vallecano and Real Madrid. Valencia also picking up a draw against Betis. Getafe losing to Mallorca, and Barcelona with that 4-2 win over Celta Vigo. The 3 points are still the lead between Real Madrid and Barcelona. Villarreal, though, are in third and serious contenders for Champions League football again. That's the situation we have ourselves here and now. Of course, we typically have a Super Brew, so there is a link down below. Make sure you get involved in that. Have a look at it. But we're not going to do an update on that right now. We're going to jump straight in and have a look at this. Now, of course, we're going to predict these games, each and every one of them. But typically, what I would usually do is throw all the data at you, history books, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go with my gut these days just to see how close to the mark I can get with just gut instinct and not necessarily running through the numbers. So what I'm talking about, well, I'll show you right here and now. So let's go with Valencia against Levante. It's coming at you at the Vestella. Carlos Cobahan is still in charge, of course, for Valencia. He's feeling a lot of pressure and did come into this on the back of that draw this past match day. Levante, though, under Julian Castero, they sit 19th right now. And, of course, just 1 point separate the two sides of locking horns at the Mestalla. Valencia on the back of that draw, but important draw against Real Betis. Levante losing, of course, to Atlético, of course. Yeah, the bookies will be back in Valencia. I've got to back Valencia here. I think they've got their heads above water right now, out of the drop zone, and a win could actually see them move up the table and, of course, breathe some more confidence back into Colbahan and Valencia. So I'm going to back Valencia here with a 1-0 win. Not big, not impressive, but just enough to get moving and, of course, keep the Predators at bay. That's Friday night. That's right. Let's go to Saturday. We've got Alavés up against Celta Vigo coming to Estadio de Mendoza. Alavés under Eduardo Coudet. They sit 10th right now. They're really doing all right for themselves. Coming into this, winning 2, losing 2 over the last 4. They are on the back of a defeat, though. Up against Celta Vigo's side, winning 5 of the last 6. They sit 13th right now, 13 points for them. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. That 1 defeat was last time around, of course, when they lost to Barcelona 4-2. As for Alavés losing to Girona, who are struggling right now. Not the greatest way to end their chunk of the season. Bookies, though, are backing Alavés here, but Celta Vigo, come on. They're absolutely flying right now. Got to go with a 2-1 win for them. They are 13th at the table, but that win could project them up to mid-table and beyond, and their form is looking good right now. Speaking of form, Barcelona are back to winning ways, of course, beating Celta Vigo last time around under Hansi Flick, taking on Bilbao and, of course, ex-Barcelona coach Ernesto Valverde. They sit 7th right now, 17 points for them, just 1 win in the last 4 for Bilbao. It's coming to the Camp Nou. They last played at this venue, 2-1 win as it was for Barcelona, and they are, of course, back to scoring exploits. Barcelona have scored, 10 goals in the last 3 games combined. They're taking on a Bilbao side who typically don't give too much away, but they've been very, very much not at the races this campaign. Maybe it's battling 2 games in quick succession. They've got to do it again this week. Champions League right around the corner. I've gone with a win for Barcelona. Of course, I have 3 winners. In the end, let's go to Osasuna. Then it's the my boys, Real Sociedad at the Estadio El Sadar. Alessandro Licci is in charge there, 16th place for Osasuna, 11 points for them. Just 1, they're coming into this on the back of a defeat, 1 win in the last 5. Against the Sociedad side under Sergio Francesco, they sit 14th right now, 30 points for them. They're cooking right now, unbeaten the last 5, but they do come into this on the back of a draw. That draw was against Elche, of course. It was an away match, as is this. As for the hosts at Osasuna, on the back of a defeat, Sevilla haven't scored a goal though in the last 2 matches. In fact, they were goalless or scoreless themselves in 3 of the last 4 league matches. So Osasuna finding it difficult to score goals these days. They are on the brink there of dropping in that drop zone. I do think they'll struggle here. I've got to back my boys here. Of course I do. 2-1 winners. Sociedad will take it to the mix. So let's go to Villarreal, who are cooking up against Mallorca. That's right. The Estadio de Salamanca. Marcelino's boys are third. 26 points for them. Just one defeat in the last 5. The other matches there, 4 wins. That's fine. Mallorca, though, doing themselves no harm with 15th in the table, 12 points for them. Just one defeat also in the last 5. They're coming into just like Villarreal on the back of a victory. That victory was against Getafe. As for Villarreal, they picked up a 2-0 win over Espanyol. They did in the league, in Spanish football, should we say, what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4 games without conceding a goal for Villarreal. They've scored a bunch as well. They've scored 12 goals in the last 3 games in Spain. Well, that's including the Copa del Rey. Bookies, though, will back Villarreal. I've got to back Villarreal. They're cooking and serious contenders for maybe even a title push, we could say quietly at the moment. Meanwhile, Oviedo taking the Vallecano on Sunday, the 23rd of November. That's right, Oviedo under Luis Carrion are bottom right now, 20th for the table, 8 points for them, winners in at least the last 6. Taking the Vallecano side, Ignio Perez, they are 12th right now, just one defeat in the last 6. They got 15 points to their name. They're coming into on the back of a draw of Vallecano, a big draw against Real Madrid, against the Oviedo side, losing to Bilbao, and again, back-to-back games without a goal for them, struggling to find the back of the net. In fact, for the last 5 games in La Liga, Oviedo drawing a blank in regards to finding the back of the net. A big problem it is for those guys at the moment. The bookies will back. What are they backing? They're backing. Yeah, they're backing their way side here. Vallecano. Got to back them as well. 2-1 winners. I'll give them a goal though to give them something to help it go down a little bit. Meanwhile, Real Betis against Girona. Coming at you over at the Benito Villamaran. Betis under Manuel Pellegrini. They sit 5th right now. 20 points for them. Just one defeat in the last 6. They're cooking. Up against Girona side and Michel. They sit 18th right now. 2 defeats in the last 6. 10 points for them. And they're coming into also. They're on the back of a win. That's right. Girona beating Alavés last time around. The last away match was, of course, in the Copa del Rey. They picked up an overtime win. Extra time win over Constanticia. Up against Betis, though, picking up the draw against Valencia. Their last home matches. Back-to-back wins at home, back-to-back clean sheets as well in the Champions League and in La Liga. Meanwhile, the bookies will back Betis. You've got to back Betis here. They are definitely also contending for European football once again. 2-0 winners, clean sheet to boot. They are Betis definitely in safe hands at the moment. Meanwhile, Getafe taking on Madrid. Coming to the Coliseum, Alfonso Perez, Pepe Bordalas' side are 8th right now, 17th in the table, just one defeat in the last 5. Up against Atlético, Diego Simeone, they're back to real form right now. 4 wins on the bounce, just one defeat in the last 6. They sit 4th with 25 points, of course. They're coming into this on the back of a win are Madrid. That was a 3-1 win over Levante, but it's actually been 3 home matches on the bounce for them, 3 wins on the bounce, and scoring 3 goals in each one of those home matches. The last away match was against Real Betis. It was a 2-0 away win. So looking at the league here, just 1 goal conceded by Atlético in the last 4 matches in La Liga. Meanwhile, Getafe did lose last time around, losing against Mallorca, but they're still doing well above expected in 8th place with 17 points. But you've got to back Madrid here, 2-0 winners, clean sheet as well. Diego Simeone's lads are, of course, there or thereabouts, aren't they? Meanwhile, Elche taking on Real Madrid, coming at you over at the Estadio Martínez Valero. Elche under Eder Cerviba. They sit 11th right now, just 1 win in the last 6 for them. Up against Real Madrid, Xabi Alonso in charge, top of the pops, back-to-back games though without a win for Madrid. Coming into this, they last played against Vallecano. It was a 0-0 scoreline. It's actually been back-to-back games now without a goal for Real Madrid, drawing a blank against Vallecano and also in that 1-0 defeat to Liverpool. Meanwhile, Elche with that draw against Real Sociedad, but of course, bookies and me all back in Real Madrid. Going to go with 3-0 winners in the end for Real Madrid. Meanwhile, we're going to wrap it all up with a trip to Espanyol. That's right, at the RCD Stadium, Espanyol and Manuel Gonzalez. They sit 6th right now, 18 points for them, back-to-back defeats. Up against the Sevilla side under Matias Almeida, they sit 9th right now, 16 points for them. 3 wins, 3 defeats in the last 6 matches. They are coming into on the back of a win, which was a 1-0 win over Osasuna. As for Espanyol, losing at home to Villarreal last time around. The last away match, so for Sevilla, was a 3-0 loss to Atlético. Looking at the last couple in the league, back-to-back away defeats for Sevilla, of course, in an Espanyol side, who typically are pretty okay at home. You know, actually looking back at it, just 1 win in the league in the last 3 matches at home for Espanyol. The bookies, though, find this one tight, as do I. They're back in Espanyol. I think it's going to be a tight one. Going to go with a draw, which means all square. And if I'm right, my friends, this is what the table will look like it will be pretty much as you are. Real Madrid top of the pops there with, of course, let me just make sure, 34 points for them. Barcelona second spot with 31. Villarreal and Atlético Madrid. Then going down, it's Oviedo, it's Levante, it's Girona, of course. And, of course, the teams in the table closing in on top spot once again. But that, my friends, is what I've got for you. Make sure you subscribe wherever you are. Smash the like, of course, and get involved with the channel down below. We're trying to create some things here. Of course, heading into a busy year next year. World Cup around the corner, of course. Make sure you subscribe. See you soon, whenever that is. But we